right. Okay, we're back. Wood burning. Uh, Let me get some interesting music on. I'm probably gonna get something a little low key. Uh, Gonna be doing a little bit of wood burning today. Not actual burning, but probably more tracing. Um, I've got a couple. I've got this project ready to go. Um, Native American flute, maybe. Yeah, Native American flute or Japanese flute. I don't know. I'm looking for something. Yeah, meditation music. Shakuhachi. Zen. All right, let's give this a shot.
Where I grew up, I see children
Okay,
suffering
this is
from poverty. I've seen
unfortunately
the impact it has on
unfortunately,
kids.
it's
One
a commercial. Okay, it's pretty zen. All right, let's recap a couple of the more recent projects. There's this one. I'm actually quite proud of this. Original Thought is an endangered species. And then this was KP Cerberus. It was a bunch of friends of mine. I still need to give this to my friend. And then the other one was just kind of playing around with eyes, and it's that one. And then there is this one. It's just cute. And then on the other side, it's like a sea beach scene. So yeah, I got a couple things, a couple items, and let me explain the inspiration for the latest one. So it is based on. It's called the Four Sights. And originally, I was going to call it the Three Warnings, but I think that's not entirely accurate. Um, but it is kind of based on like this story that I remember. Oh yeah, I have a singing bowl too. Maybe I'll ding that real quick. It's kind of nice, and I can actually put this here. I think this might work a little better. It doesn't have the same. I don't know if it's gonna ring. It is. I love that. Love that. I might do a It'd be fun to do one just on the singing bowls. I have two. I have another one, a bigger one that has a deeper ring. But anyway, this project is called the Foresights, and it's based on the stories from Siddhartha Gautama, otherwise known in India as Shakyamuni Maharaj, also known to the world as the Buddha. So, the Foresights basically describe what the Buddha saw as a prince walking through the streets of his kingdom. I think for the first time, I can't remember. I'm being a little lazy and looking up the full story. But the fascinating thing is that he goes out for the first time and he sees four things. And the first three come as warnings for the rest of the world, for people. And so the first thing that he sees is an old man, and this old man is so senior and so far in age that he's walking with a cane. He's got a bend in his back, and he just looks as though all of the vitality in him has gone. He's spent all of his energy and his his life, the fire of his life is very dim, and so seeing this for the first time, it kind of is a shock for the prince. And then the second thing that he sees is someone that is sick. And this person is deathly sick. They're so sick that they're confined to a bed, and their face looks, the skin, the tone of their face looks sunken and yellow, and sweating profusely, eyes hollowed out, cheeks hollowed out, just looking very, very grim, And then the third sight is somebody who has died, a dead body. So there's no life in them. It's in the process of decomposing and decaying, and there's part of the face is present, and the other part is you're starting to see the skeletal structure and all the fibers underneath, and there's a multitude of different vermin, insects, worms, birds, vines that are pecking at it and using this dead body now for sustenance. It's being repurposed. And then the fourth sight, the fourth thing that he sees is a mendicant, somebody who has renounced the world, and they have chosen to lead a life of penance, and they're in the middle or in the process of doing what's called austerities or tapasya. And it's possible they may have been in a meditative pose, and that's the fourth sight. So these four things become part of the pillars of what he teaches. And the first three come as warnings to everybody. Um, and in terms of there's often it's often referred to and I'm gonna get this wrong. I'm trying not to, but the wheel of Dhamma is turning, ever turning, and it starts with his enlightenment. So, Dharma Chakra is kind of the term in Hindi, but that's the nature of this world, and so the warnings are to everybody. These three things: old age, sickness, and death are inescapable. You will encounter and experience all of these things, and if you don't, uh, if you, maybe, sickness you uh, may not kill you, but eventually old age will, and there's that's a guarantee, like that. So, yeah, think about that. Think about these three certainties that are going to take place. You will get old, you will get sick, and one day you will die. You will leave this mortal body. Then if you want to be more specific, it's part of the philosophy that kind of and the tenets that come from Buddhism, that escaping the cycle of birth and death. Anyway, so that's what is inspiring this four tile. And what I'd like to do is I might buy some kind of a glue, um, whereby this can kind of be put into a box, so that it's like a square, um, and you can kind of look at each tile. That's the idea. That's kind of what I'm thinking. What I'd like to do. Um, and so, yeah, what I'm going to be working on today is tracing out the first two, the first site and the second site. So, first site is old age, and that was this was with the help of AI. And then here's the second site, which is sickness. The hardest one is going to be the third site, which is death, because that actually is a really detailed image, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to hit that kind of level of detail. But for today, I sanded this wood already, so it's ready to go. Same thing with the second site. So I'm going to trace this out now. And yeah, I mean, as I'm doing it, I'll probably talk a little bit and yeah, kind of take it from there. Um, so yeah, don't have a lot of followers. I don't think anybody is watching me right now. So yeah, we're just gonna go with it, right? Yeah, and eventually, yeah, I'll keep talking. I'll keep saying stuff, but my eyes need to readjust. Uh, to shift the focus, and then maybe occasionally I'll hit the sky. Yeah. Uh, let's give this a shot. letters and the text have to come out properly. Otherwise, I don't think it's going to look very good. I remember reading a story called The Buddha's Three Warnings. And it had this kind of very mystical way in which, these three things were kind of introduced. It was essentially, I don't want to get too weird about it, but I just loved the idea of just the heaviness of these three truths: old age, sickness, and death, as things that are definitely going to happen. And there's nothing you can do to stop them. Nothing. You can't control it. It's not control. It's not within your control. And so that's extremely scary and frustrating. But then the next question is, okay, knowing this, which I already knew, that's the other thing about it. These aren't like surprises, but they're being presented to you in a way that is, important for you to really deeply think about. Because the next thing is, okay, what do I do with this now that these three warnings, now that they've been very clearly laid out for me? Do I continue to live my life the same way that I have been living it? Or does this influence me to make some kind of a change or shift or something? I think that is what I find very interesting. Because I know I'm gonna get sick. I know I'm gonna get old, and I know I'm gonna die, or my body is gonna die. How do you go on? How do you just like that? You can't just go back to what you were doing, or maybe you can. This is the real reality of the world. It's raw and it's true, and it is difficult. It's difficult to kind of really take that in and acknowledge it. Old age, sickness, and death. Let these be my warnings to you. That you too are subject to old age, and sickness, and death, and that you too can do nothing to stop them. The inherent powerlessness of life is some kind of a son of a bitch. Fuck. I have no control over this. Nor do I have control over it impacting anybody that I care about or love. None. What do you make of that? Fair, unfair? I don't know. I really don't know. But I want that to be a conversation. I want that to be really talked about again, discussed. Fucking take this shit seriously, people. Don't sleep on it. What the fuck are you guys doing? Don't you get it? God, this thing has so many freaking. I don't know why it's so much on it. I have to switch to something else. God damn. Alright, this isn't dark enough to do it again. I kind of. I like that heaviness. Old age, sickness, death. I mean, I like it because right now I'm not experiencing. It's not impacting me, but it has. I mean, I lost both of my parents from old age, sickness, and death. And literally, like, that's what happened. Yeah, it sucks, man. It really does. Um, this is the way of the world.
Team Tomorrow is a movement that addresses urgent issues all over the world in great care. Your contribution
Freaking commercials are terrible.
children and families around the world. If you believe children
Bastards.
tomorrow,
They keep coming, like, literally in 3 seconds. I don't want that bullshit. Kaizen. Blood will have blood. It will have blood, they say. Blood will have blood. It's from Macbeth. Parasite. Old age. Fuck. It's just not as. Kaizen. Say it ain't so. My love is a heartbreaker. Damn it. Something's making me cough. friend of mine. I'm telling a friend of she's going camping, and I told her not to pet any of the bears. And she goes, if it's a baby bear, maybe I can wrestle it. And I'm going to tell her, where there's a baby bear, there will definitely be a mama bear. She doesn't quite get it. She's sweet. She's a good girl. Emily. She's a little munchkin. I call her Munchkin because she is one. Alright, we're going to do something a little different music-wise. More into Chantrasiba. Chantrasiba. Old age, sickness, and death. Let these be my warnings to you. Heed my warnings, or you shall be doomed. Be gone. for the first one. Yeah, here we go. That is the first sight. Old age. It's time for the second sight. Sickness. It kind of reminds me of the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Again, heavy. I love that heavy kind of energy or idea. So the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse are famine, pestilence, war, and death. Famine and pestilence. Pestilence, basically war. Pestilence is sickness. Death is death. Themes, carryovers, connections. Death. For sure. Now there's nothing you can do. Deliver for sure. Now there's nothing you can do. Trying to make sure I get the. There we go. The writing. I want to make sure the writing comes out nice and clean. Part of that. Okay, it's fine. Here and here. Anyway. Pestilence. Famine. Sorry. I get excited. Chakra. Dharma chakra. Dharma chakra. Chakra means wheel in Hindi, and I think it also means that in Sanskrit, from which Hindi derives. Dharma chakra. The wheel of Dharma is ever turning, ever turning. The wheel of Dharma. Ever turning, ever turning. Salvation, moksha. Jainism has a lot of similar shared belief. I mean, all of Indian uh, religious philosophies have a lot of shared insights and shared ideas. Most, most I remember I was talking to John Danaher, and he was like, "Yeah, I did kind of dabble a little bit into Eastern stuff, but it was all religion." And I was like, "Hmm, so you just outright dismissed it, ignorant fuck." Such a dumbass. Oh man, if it deals with any of that shit, like, get rid of it. It has no place in this pantheon of fucking Western reason, rationality, and dickheadedness. Then he asks me to go and buy him a fucking statue of Kali. Fucking douchebag. God knows if he even still has it. He just wanted a fucking ornament instead of actually learning about it. Typical douche and shit. Second sight. Death. I don't really care about beauty. I care about philosophical heaviness and meaning and purpose and fucking life. Like, what the fuck is this? Who cares about beauty? Sickness, disease, death. No, there's nothing you can do. I guess some of the things that I think resonate strongly with me are just the ideas of control and lack of control. And how do these powers and these energies present themselves in our lives, and what do we do about them? You don't have control. What do you do? There isn't anything you can do. You have to accept. And in accepting, you learn something, or you don't. Those are universal, I would say. Those are lessons you can't avoid learning. You must learn them. Old age, sickness, and death. Oh boy. Oh my god. Oh boy. I'm almost there. Death. You have to have
Take the gym your own
faith.
off. Become an NASM certified personal trainer. Turn fit.
Right. All right. I'm gonna just do this outline, and then I'm gonna call it because I'm also a little hungry. I want to get some food to eat. But I want to get this outline done. Old age, sickness, and death. Heed these warnings, for they are absolute, and you can do nothing to stay or stop them. These are arrows whose targets they will hit. Bullseye. Eggnog. Cool. All right, I'll stop here for now. Tomorrow is going to be hopefully an actual live stream with another guest. A good buddy of mine who agreed to do this. Their name will not be Wraith. So I don't know what's going to go on, but yeah, hopefully it'll be interesting. The topic for tomorrow is going to be around identity and continuity and maybe a little memory and all kinds of stuff. I think it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be a good time. Um, so yeah, hopefully all you non-existent audience members will be able to make it. Okay. All right. Take it easy.